The head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Todd Bowles, making his way in. Good to see you, Coach. We are live on the air right now. Good to see you.
How you doing, sir?
Take a seat, sir.
You look good,
Here
Rich.
we go. Right back at you.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
You're
doing well?
No complaints. Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Getting old gracefully, Rich.
What do you... You are like a fine bottle of wine. You are exactly that. I was going to say that about you.
Since I don't drink, you got to tell me what kind of wine.
I'm a red guy.
Okay.
I'm a red guy.
That's good to know.
What about you?
I don't drink.
You don't drink at all?
I don't drink. Never have.
Awesome.
My
Good for you.
Life. Never have.
Good for you. That's probably.
This game starts.
I was about to say this profession might change that.
It brings you that way, but I haven't done it.
Oh my gosh! Well, it's great to see you here. What do you like to achieve at a scouting combine? What your goals are going in and what they are coming out. What is that for you, Todd?
Going in, it's really getting to know the players in the interview process. That's big for me. You can watch the tape, but you don't know the person and you don't know the player. You don't know the work ethic. You don't know what makes them tick. So going in, that's very important for me.
How do you figure that out in 15 minutes, though? Because that's all you got.
You don't. You just get a feel.
Right.
You get a feel, and it makes you want to dive into it more once the combine is over.
Okay.
And you get more information on it. But it's a start, and you get to see body type because you don't see them in pads.
Yes.
And you get to see them in person, and you get to see them face to face. And I think that's huge, putting a face to a face, and that's big for me. And whatever you see on the field. I don't know he was more athletic. I don't know he was less athletic.
Sure.
But the tape doesn't lie.
How was Egbuka at this process last year that made you say, okay, I like this kid, or let's learn more about this kid, and then obviously you draft a kid like
Emeka was great, and obviously he comes from a great program, and they've talked about him all year. I felt like I knew him coming in already when he came on the 30 visit. And everything about this kid and everybody you talk to, from the weight room to the equipment people to the coaches to the friends to the teammates, it was just top of the line. And you couldn't miss with this guy. And he had no flaws. He had no enemies. And I thought that was very rare. And he carries himself that way. Mm-hmm. And he just came in and he was as advertised.
He sure was. What about Bucky Irving in a process like this to choose a running back out of the mix of there's seemingly 40, 50 of them almost every time at a combine.
We had Bucky on a 30 visit. Didn't really get to talk to him here. We had him on a 30 visit. Mm-hmm. He was a very good football player, but he's a little undersized, so we couldn't take him early. And then we were sitting there around the 5th round, and he was a returner, and he was a tough runner, and I thought he was an outside runner, and I'm like, and Jason really liked him. He said, well, let's take a shot at this guy. And what I didn't know when we got him is how good of an inside runner he was and how tough he was. I got to know him on his 30 visit, but I really got to know him after we took him. So that kind of benefited us without even, at least me talking to him here, at least talking to him at the facility and understanding his talent kind of got him in the league, and his drive kept him in the league.
Todd Bowles, the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on the Rich Eisen Show. It's good to see you in good spirits. You know, you were very uncharacteristic at a podium moment this year. It sounded like a truck backing up, where you let frustrations fly in a way that I never see from you. What do you look back on this season and think of about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers season?
I thought we lost a lot of close ball games in the second half of the season. We might have lost 5, if I'm not mistaken, in the second half by 3 points. Mm-hmm. And just the execution, whether it was the call or whether it was the player, the execution of us not finishing and being in all those ball games and missing the playoffs by 1 game. And I think we went through about a 4-game losing streak at that point, and we lost all of them kind of at the end. And that kind of boiled over a little bit from a frustration standpoint as a coach. I mean, they hear me in practice, but I've never done it in game, like after a game, so to speak. And probably the locker room was more worse than when I came to the podium. And, that's just part of having passion for the game.
Of course.
I don't apologize for it, but at the same time, we as coaches have to hold ourselves accountable and at a standard to where our players feed off of us. So I don't regret what I said, but I got to have better self-restraint than
Well,
that.
I'm not criticizing you. I'm just
No,
saying
I know
it's
that.
completely
I
out
know
of
that.
character
I
for
know
you.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's probably more in character. It's just the first time it happened on the microphone.
Yes, I forget you're a BA guy as well.
Yeah,
No, I got it.
Bruce just says it out loud all the time. I kind of keep mine down a little bit.
I know that. I know that. And so, obviously, you've got so many great pieces in place. What are you looking for in the next 6 weeks, free agency and the draft, that you think can help your team here?
I think we definitely need to build up the middle of our roster from a depth standpoint, because the injuries are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
We need guys that can step up and play without us missing a beat. I thought we've been doing a good job at that over the past few years. This year, not as much, but we were in all these ball games.
Yes.
It wasn't from an injury thing. I think we got to get better at a few spots. Like, we only have 2 inside backers under contract right now, so that's obviously a depth spot that we need, and try to get those things handled. Obviously, Mike and Lavonte being free agents, hopefully those guys can get back in the fold, and then we can move on from there. But we got to do a great job at making sure we get some depth in this draft.
Let's talk about that. Mike Evans, what's your expectation involving him?
I'm hoping and praying he comes back. I mean, he's been a Buc his whole life. He's done so much for the city and the team of Tampa Bay that
Yes.
it's unmistakable. His legend is etched in stone there. He can still play at a high level, but he's earned the right to look around in free agency because he's played so long, and we just hope and pray that he comes back.
Is Lavonte a question of does he want to just keep playing, or is he also looking
Well, he
around?
hasn't made that decision yet,
Right.
so he's also earned the right, and both of them are legends, and
Right.
has carried the team and the city for the past how many years, 10 plus years, and they've been playing 13 and 14 years, so we're waiting to see what he wants to do, but he's earned that right to do that with all the years he's played.
Well, is Baker knocking on Mike Evans' door and basically saying, what's up?
I'm hoping he is,
Right.
but I'm sure Baker wants him back a great deal, and he's looking and listening closely.
Right.
So hopefully that works out for us.
What's been your experience with Baker that has blossomed here for him?
It's really
within.
Been unbelievable just coming in, and I think the first day, me, Jason, we all told him the same thing. We didn't want him to be Tom Brady. We wanted him to be Baker Mayfield.
You literally said those words to him.
Yes. I said,
Okay.
I'm not asking you to be Tom Brady. I'm asking you to be Baker.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want Tom. We want Baker Mayfield. They're different players. Tom's legendary. Nobody's going to ever replace Tom. Tom's like a pair of shoes that you put up on the shelf that you wore for a long time, and you buy a new pair and you got to break them in. And Baker came in, and he's the new pair of shoes for us, even though he's been in the league for a while. But I think we found each other at the right time. He was the right fit for this team. But mentally, he is so sharp at reading the room as far as understanding what the defense needs, what the offense needs, spending time with players, whether it's sitting down at lunch, giving them advice, hanging out with them later on, hanging out with the offensive line. He runs with the linebackers. He does a great job of keeping everybody in sync while he learns the game plan. And he's a very sharp passer, especially a deep ball passer that he doesn't get enough credit for, and he's been a godsend for us.
Yeah, telling him we want you to be you had to have been maybe one of the first times he's ever heard that as a professional.
He said that, and he's actually said that's the first time he's ever said that. And as he got going a couple of days and he saw it was true and believed it, everybody rallies around Baker, and we love him to death.
You're the second former Jet head coach I've had here today. I had Robert Saleh on in the last hour. But the reason why I bring that up with you right now is how did you watch Sam Darnold do what he's done? You were his first head coach in the National Football League.
I was so happy for Sam.
Right.
I was so happy for him. He came in under a lot of pressure in New York, but he got injured a little bit, and then I don't know what happened after I left, but I know he bounced around a few, but we always exchanged pleasantries when we played each other after the game, and I'm just so happy for him because I know he works at it, I know he cares, and it's great to see him blossom.
What does that tell you about quarterbacking in this league and obviously you have a veteran. You have the guy chosen. It's amazing. You have the guy chosen 2 picks ahead of him as your quarterback right now. So you've coached the number 3 overall guy. You've coached the number 1 overall guy of that draft, who both had to go somewhere else. What does that tell you about grooming, if you will, quarterbacks in the National Football League?
It takes a few years in this league to develop into a full-time legendary quarterback. You can have a great first year. That doesn't mean you're going to be great your entire career. Mm-hmm. It takes about 3 years to learn the system and settle in, and 4 years before they really start to blossom or not blossom. And I think they all need time, regardless of what they did in college. And they're coming out less and less with 18 games and 20 games, and those, instead of playing, Coach Parcells used to say, if they haven't played 4 years, you don't know what they're going to be yet. So a lot of those guys coming out early, you just got to be careful, and you got to do your due diligence. Not that they're not great players, but it helps when you have games under your belt in college.
Great to see you, Todd Bowles.
Very good.
Thanks for coming by and seeing the fine aging wine.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't drink it?
I appreciate you.
Great to see you, Todd Bowles.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.